Carmen Maria Montiel, why are you running for the 18th?
I am running for Congress, and especially the 18th, because I've been a citizen of Houston since 1991. And although the city have grown, the problems have never gotten better. They keep on getting worse. And especially in District 18th, I see that the district was neglected for over 30 years. And we can see it, the slogan of my campaign is, Houston, we have a problem. The holes keep on getting bigger. The flooding keeps on getting worse. And our people in the district have a hard time accessing medical care. There is a major problem in housing. Homelessness is growing. While we have empty buildings and warehouses that can house them. And the people that have been elected, not only for this district, but to run the city and the county, have done nothing. I'm not a politician. I'm just a concerned citizen, a mother of 3 that is worried about the future of our children, our grandchildren. And that's what I said, as a businesswoman, let me get there and do something.
And you're hoping to flip the seat.
Yes, that's the other important thing. I believe people have common sense. I believe people care about our families. This is a country of faith, and it was founded in the name of God. And that's why it makes this country so unique and beautiful. Our 10 amendments are based on the 10 rules of our Bible. And that's why, even though people criticize this country, even Americans criticize this country, this still is the best country in the world. So that's why, for me, I believe people will vote for common sense. People would vote for God, would say for faith, family, economic opportunities. The American dream is getting harder and harder to achieve in this country. When I came here 37 years ago, it was not that difficult. We could all buy a house, buy our car, raise as families with pride. And now people need 2, 3 jobs. They're having problems having end meets to feed their families. I went to college for $1,800 a year, and now it takes $60,000 to $80,000 a year to send a kid to college. Something is terribly wrong. And we need to have the right people with common sense, with financial knowledge, who knows how to tie a budget to solve all the problems that we have, and will save this country. Because if we keep going down that path, we're going to lose this country. And like I told you, this is the best country. But if we lose America, what is left for the world?
What do you think are the 3 biggest issues facing the 18th district?
Well, basically, the most important thing is infrastructure. I told you, the roads and the flooding. Poverty. Even though this district is very diverse, we have from the multi-million-dollar home to the poorest of the poor. Poverty is a problem. Poverty and housing and access to health care in that area is very important. Houston just became the poorest nation, the poorest city in our nation. That's a fact. And why? Because our people are not being taken care of. And the majority of the poor people live in the 18th district. And that's something that we need to target. The cancer cluster. Everybody knows about the cancer cluster in the 5th ward. And they talk about it, and they use it as a political talking point, but they do nothing about it. And I'm talking not only our politicians that have been mayors, that have been in Congress, but even my opponents. They have held or are holding public office at this point, and they have done nothing. So I think it's time to stop talking about it and take action.
What are some of those actions you would take if elected?
Well, as we all know, everybody's waiting because there is a lawsuit against Union Pacific, and I will engage EPA and bring EPA to the table and force Union Pacific to clean and the area and clean the contamination. No more waiting. That's the most important thing, the most important action with that issue. I'm in an incredible opportunity because being in the majority in Congress, I'm the one that can introduce laws to benefit the district and have them pass because I'm in the majority in Congress. We have opportunity zones in the district, a lot. Something that was created by President Trump in his first administration, and nobody in this district or my predecessors have used them. And the opportunity zones give tax incentive, and this is something, because it gives tax incentive. But if investors have tax incentive, they will come to Houston, they will invest, and you know what happened? An investor brings jobs. Jobs create the necessity for more housing. Housing, then we're paying more property taxes, automatically improve our education. Those are the issues that I'm ready to implement and work on it once I win this election.
You allude to the majority in Congress are Republicans. You're saying if elected, you have backing that can pass bills, get it signed into law, and bring money or bring change to the district immediately.
That's my plan, because I'm in a beautiful position, in a position that many of my predecessors have not been, and in a position that my opponents are not right now, and their plan is to fight this administration. Fight an administration that just accomplished, peace in the Middle East, something that has been there for 3,000 years. Fight an administration that is implemented tariffs to force the countries to lower or no tariff on America when we were punished paying tariff. That will improve the economy in the United States. So they have no plan to say, I'm going to go to Congress to do this and that. They're going to go to Congress to create a gridlock. And a gridlock doesn't benefit the people.
One of the things that people often say is they want Congress to be less divided and to work together more. If elected, how would you do that to be more bipartisan, if any?
Well, the most important thing is to talk to Democrats about common sense. And touch the most important thing that I think the first thing for me is important is my family, my children. And say, you know what the Democrats are doing right now are hurting our families, are hurting our children, are hurting, the innocence of children, exposing children to be, exposed to sex and being brainwashed. Just go first for what is more important to them. And talk about the principles of this country, why it was founded, and the reasons why it have worked for 250 years. And once we get to a point where we all agree, which is common sense, our families, our faith, say, now let's talk about the future of the country and start bringing back more and more, because there were great Democrats that were conservative, but that have become a rare thing within the party. And they have become so far left and radicalized that it's helping nobody. It's not helping the country. It's definitely not helping our families, which is the most important. It's not helping the economy. So for me, it will be less talk, less, share a sandwich or an arepa, which is what we eat, and let's find a common place. And the common place is start with faith and family. And from then, we go on and we can start making changes.
So you're saying let's talk to another member of Congress, find where we agree upon, and then let's write a legislature on that.
Exactly. That benefits everybody.
Okay. Here is a Facebook viewer question. Without sounding prejudiced, the late Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee never had any meetings concerning her other constituents. Will you address the whole district?
Definitely. My plan in the district is to have an open door policy, to hold town hall meetings every month and hear everybody in the district. As I told you, the district is very diverse. We have all the colors of the rainbow in our district. We have all social status in our district. And we have to look, and I always say, let's stop talking about colors and let's talk about Americans. That's the most important. I never look at myself as, well, I'm a Venezuelan. I'm a legal immigrant. I am an American. And I birthed 3 children that were born here and are Americans. And I think we need to all start looking at each other as Americans and find the progress and the benefit for all of us as Americans.
What in your background professionally do you think will help you get to Congress and be successful?
Well, I have, I don't know if you read about me, but I've done a little bit of everything. I'm a journalist. I've been a reporter. I've been an anchor woman. So I've been on the streets. I have a great way, and my team can tell you how to rapport, good rapport with people, thanks to that. I'm a people person. Then I worked for 20 years in a medical practice, a private medical practice. So I have knowledge about healthcare. And I've already been talking with the medical center about federal programs already existing, already in place, that we can use to the benefit of the people of the district that nobody have used. Then also, I'm a real estate broker, so I'm a businesswoman, and I will treat my district in United States as a business, because it is. We cannot keep on treating the country like it's a never-ending bucket that we cannot keep spending money. This is a business, and we need to treat it as such, so we are successful and we don't go broke.
You mentioned healthcare. National Democrats in Congress right now say they are not supporting bills that keep coming to the floor to reopen the government due to medical or healthcare purposes, about the prices going up. What are your thoughts on that argument?
They need to stop lying. They need to stop lying, because the fact of the matter is that Republicans are removing the $1.3 trillion that they're adding in the budget to provide health care for the illegal immigrants. And those institutions are there to help the American people, not to help illegal immigrants or anybody that does not get the benefit.
In the 18th district, it overwhelmingly has more people relying on SNAP benefits. SNAP benefits change in November here in Texas. For the recipients of SNAP benefits, what do you say to them in the 18th district about the changes that are coming?
The same thing as I just told you about Medicaid. It's all a lie. The cuts in SNAP benefits, in food stamps, in Medicare is direct to the people that are not eligible to have those benefits. And those are the cuts. Those cuts are not direct for the people of the United States of America, the citizens of this great nation.
Ray, anything you can think of?
What's the first thing you would like to accomplish if you get elected to Congress, and how would that benefit the 18th district?
Well, there is $40 billion up in the air that were allocated for District 18 that would have improved. The idea is to improve everything we have talked about, infrastructure, especially help the have-nots in our district. And that money is up in the air. And I already have a bill ready to introduce in Congress to audit the city and the county to find the money. It's $40 billion. And guess this, we only need $1.5 billion to complete the budget to solve the drainage problem. So we have plenty of money there. So that's my first order of business.
You said to audit the city and the county?
To find out when it's federal money, if the money is misappropriated or lost. Because it's federal money, I can introduce a bill in Congress to audit to find that federal money.
Where's that $40 billion coming from? Where's that number? Is that $40 billion that you say have been sent?
It was allocated for District 18 to help the have-nots, Title I. And the money has not been used. It's up in the air. There is a problem with it. In the meantime, the people of the district, and the district, takes pretty much a big chunk of the city of Houston, so it affects us all, have not gotten the benefit from that money or for what that money was going to bring to us.
When was that? I'm familiar with this. I'm just trying to get details on that.
You're familiar. I think it was finally allocated and passed by 2021, between 2019 to 2021.
Okay, I will look that up here.
Yeah.
We have another viewer question from TikTok.
Yes.
What are you going to do about homelessness in our area?
Oh God, that's an easy one. In the east side of the district, there is a lot of empty buildings and warehouses getting destroyed. And I'm telling you about this money that we need to allocate. We can refurbish those buildings to house the homeless and also implement trade education for the homeless so they can join back the workforce.
So you are running in the 18th district right now.
Yes.
In March, it will become the primaries for these midterm elections.
Yes.
If elected for Congress, there's this big elephant in the room that Congressman Al Green will run for this
Yeah.
position. Would you plan on running for re-election if elected in this term?
Of course. I'm not afraid of anything.
Straightforward there. And the last question we've been asking everyone is, what's a random fact you think people don't know about you?
What's a random fact people don't know about me? Let me think, because I'm an open book. When you Google me, is there graduated magna cum laude, where people think, well, she was a beauty queen. That's the other day I thought about it. Something that people don't know about me. Oh, God. Let's see. Let me think a second. We take a break, because I was thinking. I said everything is, when you go to Wikipedia, everything is there. It's like, okay, magna cum laude. I created a foundation. Well, probably people don't know I can dance very well. I'm Latina. Boy, I can dance. Every type of music. You will be surprised.
I was going to say maybe we start playing music, but we don't have speakers here, so we won't do that. But Carmen Maria Montiel, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.